name is Gagnon. I'm an artist from Miami Beach, and I'm here presenting my project, the Border Cruiser. The Border Cruiser is a project where I interviewed an illegal immigrant from Brazil. He tells a story of how he came into the United States illegally. My earlier work has dealt with this idea of what is an American and what it means to be an American. I've lived overseas when I was in college for over a year. In doing so, I was confronted with the idea of I wanted to stay, the difficulties of doing so, but also what that meant if you decide to leave your country, what that means. In many cases of cutting ties with everything that you really know to start a new life in a new place. I was amazed by the stories that having to cross the desert for like 3-4 days walking just to come here to work. I decided to present my project in a police-type vehicle and call it the Border Cruiser. And the idea came about that the vehicle would allow the person to talk about his experience of crossing into the country as if he was a captured inmate. I've been working with video installations in cars, and the difficulty with that has always been that the cars have been immobile because I used the whole car for the video installation. So I wanted to make a video installation in a car that would drive. And I wanted to do it with a project that would make sense. And I felt that this project had a story that needed to be told, because I think a lot of people that come from other countries that are here illegally, and I don't think they really appreciate or know their story of how difficult it is for them to come here and all the obstacles that they have to face. The idea of presenting this gentleman and him being able to tell his story, not only of how he came into the country, but when he gets here, the difficulties that he faces and his dream, which is so sincere, and he's doing it for his family so that he can give them education and improve their life. And it seemed like a story that was worthy to be told and an appropriate way to tell his story. A lot of thought went into the project in the sense that first I was thinking of doing something about police and people that were arrested by police in the sense that this would fit in a car, but then became the difficulty of how to do it legally. And so I had to do a lot of research. I called the local law enforcement and asked them what were the guidelines, possible ways that would be acceptable in order to make a car drivable. The other difficulties were technical difficulties, how to present images on the windows, and then there was the difficulties of finding the right material that would work for rear projection and that you could still be able to legally drive. When people see the car, they're amazed. I think first it's like, what is it? I mean, because it has a law enforcement feel, but at the same time, they never heard of a Border Cruiser before. Perhaps it's not common to see video projected in a car like this. Presented in such a way where the car is actually driving and moving, I think adds an extra element. So I think a lot of people are quite amazed. For one thing, I think it's a lot of amazement and awe.